We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, to see what is going on. Today, make a wish on a shooting star. Tonight and tomorrow is the peak of the Draconids meteor shower. Now, this one is like an all or nothing show. This year is not going to be that big. Next year is going to be an amazing, spectacular light show, which I think is kind of part of the ascension too. But it's like an all or nothing kind of light show. Doesn't matter. That energy is hitting us regardless. We're moving through energies of debris from a comet. And this is an amazing time because there's a lot of magic in the air, and this helps you with your manifestations. These meteors come from the dragon. Sometimes the dragon awakens, sometimes not so much. We know that dragon's waking up next year, though, for 2025. So this is a nice one because it's not happening in the middle of the night. This meteor shower is going to happen right after sunset. So try to see if you can see some shooting stars after it gets dark tonight, like right after it gets dark too, as it's like sunset. Let's see. So this is like a good time for it though, because of our moon, because of our crescent moon, we're going to be able to see more of it too. So you get a good show, especially if you're away from any light pollution and things like that. But like I said, it's in the air. There are 2 meteor showers in October. The next one's even better. The Orionids, and the reason why is because that's from Halley's Comet. It's always one of my favorites, right? But regardless, both of these are from comets, and we're moving through some of these energies. This is a nice one though too, because it's going to join us for the 10-10 portal. So, you know, we're in it until then, the next couple of days, really the next week, we're going to be able to see these shooting stars. But what's really kind of peaking now through the 10-10 portal, which is kind of coming up on us as well too. All right, make sure you guys are checking out my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. I do tons of readings on there, one-on-one phone calls, and I do a ton of healing sessions. I am an energy healer. I have a ton of healings on there, and I also have, let's see, activations, clearings. I teach classes on there, and of course I do twin flame coaching, which is really good for helping you through the process. So check out my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. That's why I encourage you to do one-on-one sessions with me, because this is just going to be a general collective read. We're going to start with the divine feminine just to see what's going on. Take what resonates only for your situation. Even though I do these on specific days, this is always a timeless reading. Whenever you're finding it, it is for you. Okay, so lots of fiery energy coming up. We're learning a lot through the collective right now, through the Twin Flame Collective. Some of you guys are in union and doing really good. Some of you guys are navigating these separate timelines, which is okay too. So everyone has their own kind of, I call it a blueprint, their own kind of blueprint and path playing out. This is why it's very important that you're tuning into your own inner guidance for what's going on. You might be dreaming about your twin flame a little bit extra right now too. I've had so many twin flames, including myself, telling me about some of these dreams and things like that. So you might be even dreaming about your person right now. These are messages and connection happening. All right, we're going to do first a reading for the divine feminine to see what is going on. Divine feminine collective, divine masculine. If you're watching, direct messages from your feminine. You were my sanctuary. You were the only person I could confide in, and I betrayed your trust. Okay, so this is someone you could talk to a lot with your twin flame. Hell, it's the only person you want to be with. But sometimes when we're doing twin flame, for whatever reason, divine feminine sometimes can be abandoned. And this is a huge thing because I got a powerful dream message about this last night too. Usually divine masculine will go run or walk away, abandon you in some type of way. This is from their own abandonment wounds and things like that. So the thing is with divine feminine, some of you guys are looking for love in this person, and they're not able to give it to you if you get honest about yourself. And then usually something will happen. Doesn't always have to be that design, but I feel that design plays out a lot too in these intervals. We'll call them separation points. In these separation spaces, you're being guided to dig in deep and to really heal yourself. We have that shadow side coming up, right? All the unlovable aspects. This could go back to childhood wounds. It could be like parents divorced, parents didn't love you, neglect. Oftentimes the divine feminine even went through neglect and things like that in childhood. Usually it's the opposite on the divine masculine side, and they're very entangled or enmeshed with the parent, right? And that's part of their problem. But we have on the divine feminine side, we have some of you guys are kind of going through it with your twin flame, right? Okay, but it's leading to your awakening when you ask deeper questions of why. They have acted as a catalyst for you on your healing journey, or in some type of karmic way, or whatever has played out has been meant to show you things about yourself and teach you things about yourself. Some of you guys have gotten really independent from this journey, and you guys are all at all different places. Like I said, some of you guys are in gorgeous unions, and some of you guys are kind of fed up in the separations, right? Like with it too. But this person is meant to help you in some type of way. Please keep that in mind. No matter how it is a blueprint, how your blueprint will play out. It's always meant to lead towards physical union with this person too. But oftentimes there might be issues, obstacles, blocks, or things to be worked out. Time has brought me clarity about us. I made the wrong choices. So you're getting, I love that word clarity. You're getting more clear in your energy, especially the more you're clearing things. Remember that you are helping to manifest this as you go along too, but you're getting more clear. This could be on your desires and what you want. We have all of this Scorpio energy, not Scorpio season yet, but the moon, right? And we have Venus in Scorpio. So this is helping you to get clear about your passions and your inner desires. If you are in a separation, it may have nothing to do with you. This person may need to heal, and starting to realize that too, right? Like they might have issues going on, or problems, or ways they haven't been able to commit to union or be with you. Like they could be stuck in their own self, right? Or things like that. And I see that as part of the problem, because oftentimes the divine feminine goes through a lot of upheavals and spins and takes things personally when masculine doesn't want to be with them, right? You'll see like I always said, this is like typical avoidant pattern. I'm off healing and they're out partying and hanging out with anyone but you, or whatever, doing them, right? And this can be very discerning on the divine feminine side, or whatever's kind of going on when they're not with you, we'll say, right? Things like that. You're like, I just wanted to union. What's going on? Okay, so you might have gone through some of this kind of stuff, which puts you in a lot of upheavals, seeing that maybe this isn't even about you. It could be about their ego, their healing they need to do, or even things like that too. Know that if you're apart, it's just as painful for the masculine on their side too, and that their soul's going to bring through expressions of that too. I'm just starting to understand that too. Manifestations of that. If you're not around, if you're in that separateness too, especially if they've been the one to enact those cycles, going runner, shutting you out, or hurting you, oftentimes they're dealing with a lot of painful energies that are coming up as tower moments and upheavals in their life. If you've done that energy work and you're awakened, this is going to shake up the other person, where they have to get out of their old life. As they say, your old life will cost you your new one. And there's a lot of upheavals that happen from the awakened divine feminine's energy for the masculine, that they're being required to reassess their life, how they're living, and union will require them to make some shifts and make some changes that some of them are just, if we get honest, not willing to make. Well, this is past to both of you guys too, messages of the day. Neither one of your egos is in charge, even though you'll believe that at times. And this is why, number one, divine feminine goes through a lot of suffering on their side, feeling they're trying to control things and they can't, feeling the masculine is in control. Masculine will feel in control because they feel like they took control by doing what they're doing on their side. But this is so much bigger than both twin flames on a divine universal level, and you guys are getting too many signs, synchronicities, and messages trying to get you into alignment. Now, union happens in a higher alignment, but you have to stay in alignment, in an energetic alignment. Now, it is with your twin flame, but because oftentimes you guys are trying to align with the outer, it's an inner alignment. It's being in those higher frequency energies and then being in alignment, both of you, for that union too. The best thing you can do is continue to, we have that clear energy. Clear your energy, work on raising your frequency, and to shift into the deepest alignment that you can be in with yourself and spiritually. I knew you were right, but I couldn't admit it to myself or to you. I feel like you're on the other side of my every breath. No one ever loved me again the way you did. I never appreciated you till you were gone. Now, oftentimes it is the loss that the divine feminine must face. That is the abandonment. And then it's fear of losing this person, but it manifests, right? So it's fear of losing this person. Sometimes when we have, not everyone, but we have that, I call it chaser energy. This is just fear of letting go and that you'll lose this person permanently. And many of you guys have gone through these cycles of loss, whether enacted by your twin flame or yourself. It just kind of depends too. And so this is where the healing takes place, when you do let go of this connection and have more trust and faith in the universe. I'm in love with you and I'm ready to take action. I want to build a beautiful life with you. I want to treat you the way you deserve. I let people manipulate me into ghosting you. Okay, be careful right now, especially if you have spiritual gifts or you're spiritually awakened. There's a lot of people that might be around you for your energy or your gifts. I had to say something to someone yesterday that like was blatantly once again trying to use me for my gifts, and I'm like, no, go to my website. Like, right? All right. Seems to be a theme around here. You need to make sure that you have good boundaries too. Make sure you're not allowing people to drain you. And there's a difference between hanging out and getting drained, like, or used, right? All right, just be careful. Audacity is at an all-time high right now, especially if you have these spiritual gifts. Make sure you're using them the right way. This is why a lot of people don't have spiritual gifts, if you didn't notice, because they don't use them the right way or with that right intention. So if you are very gifted spiritually, because oftentimes twin flames have powerful soul gifts and spiritual gifts, make sure you're using your gifts the right way so that you don't burn them out and fry yourself out, okay? And this is common because twin flames are oftentimes sensitive, empathic souls. A lot of you guys are starseeds. Some of you guys are Blu-ray starseeds. You have powerful spiritual gifts, especially if you've merged together with your twin flame. And then there's always the risk when divine feminine is left on her own, you're more open. I hate to say that, but when you're in union with your masculine, none of this stuff happens usually, right? When you're by yourself, you get approached with more, you have to deal with more, and this is just how life works, right? Make sure that you're having boundaries and protecting your personal space. This goes with what we talked about yesterday with our Mars and Cancer kind of theme too. I sabotaged our connection because it was too intense. I keep hoping to bump into you everywhere I go. I wish you were here with me. I'm afraid that I've lost you forever, and this is the fear in the back of it, of why it's so hard to do the cycles. This person might have been playing mind games with you. They might have been kind of testing you, pushing your buttons, or kind of studying or analyzing you. Watch out for toxic people. This is not going back to addictions, things you've already leveled out of, hanging out with the wrong people, because you'll get sick of sitting by yourself, especially if you've been left on your own by your twin flame for a really long time. Be careful. The old might be sucking you back in right now, divine feminine, right? All right. Know that this person, your divine masculine, is watching your socials. We talked about this yesterday. They might be asking people for advice about you. They might be getting tarot readings. They might even be doing magic on you and trying to manifest you. It just kind of depends. So this person, they have their eyes on you. They might be pretending that they're done with you or whatever and trying to go within, but they do. There will be a reconciliation. You will get back together with this person if apart. You will have to resolve the issues that might be pushing you apart or keeping you apart with this person though. So for anyone in separation, you're working towards every day, working towards that union goal, especially if you're trying to manifest it too. Watch out. This person might have a double life with you. They might have another relationship. A lot of times this is just looking for better if they weren't ready to commit to you and trying to go out and be single. We know why people do that, right? So watch out with this person too. They might not be integrating you into their life, and you might notice that too. Like when you try to get integrated into their world or into their life, they don't let you in there. They're very secretive. They're always hanging out with other people. They'll be gone for really, really long periods of time and with their phone off when they go out. Like normal people, if they're a couple and they go out for the night, they'll shoot you a text. This person won't. Well, they'll have their phone, completely gone, and they'll be gone somewhere, right? Like normal people, if they're really into you in a relationship, they don't want you to sit and worry. They'll be like, they might shoot you a text while they're out. You're like, okay. But we're dealing with a lot of sometimes when we're dealing with twin flame, anxious, avoidant kind of stuff mixed in the middle of it too. So you're going to probably notice if this person is very comfortable with blowing you off for weeks at a time, could be, months at a time. They don't really care about you and they're trying to keep their options open. There's no other reason, right? And they're trying to keep their single status or whatever it is. We do have these themes coming up too. However, for those of you guys that are resonating with this message and going through it, this person's getting hit with a lot to try to catechise them into union on their side, because as I said, this is past their ego control. For those that are taking that ego route and that ego path, things are getting shaken up in tower moments in their life right now. You might feel bad about how things went. You might feel guilty about how things went. You have a strong connection with this person. You're always feeling them, and know that's the same for them too. You might feel shattered about this situation. This person might have broken your heart. They might have hurt you again and again, right? Like, right? they might have hurt you a lot. They might have triggered old pain and things like that. You might be unclear with this person about where you stand. You might be feeling stressed, strained, and overwhelmed right now. Not everyone, but oftentimes you'll notice if you go into the separation cycles, you're like hitting those points where you really need to take care of yourself. You might be dealing with a masculine that's a player. They might be very manipulative. They might be acting karmic. They might be testing you and your love, or you might feel tested and challenged by this situation. There could be third parties on the masculine side. This is like interfering. They might have left competition around, like they might have left ex-partners, friends, right? We say best friends that are trying to take your position, right? And people that they're hanging out with. They don't like when you're acting like that, like, oh, it's just a friend I was hanging out with all night, right? Like, okay, you might have some type of third party interference. Sometimes this could be finances, it could be parents, it could be family, it could be friends, right? And things like that are in the way. You know, anything coming in between, we have in between, right? Anything coming in between this connection, and just know that, and getting in the middle of it, right? So just know that too. All right, despite all of this stuff we've gone into, you see their side of things good. Like, you might be someone who gets direct psychic messages, downloads. Maybe you're getting messages through these readings that speak to you, right? You're getting messages about their situation. You're tapping in. You know where they are. You know what they're doing. You know what they're going through on their side of things. And maybe you even can see the big picture better than them. like maybe you're someone who can remote view things easily and kind of put the patterns or dots together, pieces together. You're beginning to, jokes aside, right? So you have a good view of their 3D reality, whether this is their patterns, behaviors, or how they're acting. But regardless, you're doing your own shadow work right now. You are in a space of healing where you're being guided to work on your own flaws and becoming a better version of yourself. This is not for your twin flame. It's not fair that they didn't want you at your shadow, right? And that they come back for your best. No one wants their partner like that. Like, right? This is for you. I'm reminding you, yes, you want to get into union, but also discernment during this time. This is your winning season you're about to shift into. And if this person wasn't around during the hard points, why would you want something superficial like that? They need to get on your depth. Like, okay, so keep that in mind too. You want a deep connection. You want a deep spiritual connection too. This person probably cares about you more than they think, but they might have been acting emotionally mature, and they might have been hiding their feelings for it. Sometimes divine masculine will cloak their feelings because it's a reading for the feminine. They might have cloaked their feelings, right? And, you know, this is for different reasons. Just know that too. You're dealing with anxiety and depression possibly, or they might be on their side too and mirroring that too without this. So we have a lot coming up, but there is a reunion. You're going to have a second chance. You're going to get back together with this person. You both miss each other a ton. You have such a magnetic attraction. Twin flames are like powerful magnets. You couldn't stay away from each other if you tried, right? Okay, so you have such a strong connection with this person. They may not have been ready during this time, as we were talking about, or they might be still healing certain things, as both twin flames are. Okay, this is not your traditional relationship. When I tap into what I desire in my life, I told myself this morning that's a karmic. You're like, what? I know, right? Karmic programming. Okay, yeah, usually you guys are programmed up that you just want marriage and kids and the normal American dream and things like that. But sometimes this relationship is the opposite of what you may expect. This is a connection that is meant to unplug you from the matrix and to take you out of some of that programming too. So this is a connection and it is a relationship, but it's much different maybe for some people of how it's going than what you may have expected or what you may have experienced in past karmic relationships. Okay, so we have the Tower, and this is in reverse, and it's always lightning strikes the tower and, you know, things like that. This is resisting change. You're going through a lot of changes right now. Some of you are delaying the inevitable. This is recovery after a loss, and we've been talking about loss big time today because this is the fear of loss divine feminine has already experienced. You've already gone into that fear. You've already lost this person oftentimes, and then you're supposed to reunite and do union on a healthier level. Sometimes it is through that loss that divine feminine, divine masculine on their side can awaken and realize what they want with this connection and how important it is to them in their life, and probably more important than anything they're manifesting or having going on. Now we have the King of Swords, and this is like, they might be struggling you. That's the downside of Scorpio season. Like they're not acting or treating you right in some type of way. Like usually upright, this is someone who's doing right by you. They might not have done right by you. This might be a theme that you're experiencing across this incarnation, where you might have experienced other karmics that they didn't do right by you, to put it mildly. And this twin flame might be masculine, might be repeating a pattern with you where they know that they have not treated you good, they didn't do right by you, and things like that. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords. And usually this is my travel card, but it's in reverse. There's a block here. There's a lack of movement forward. This is like if you guys made plans together, canceled trips, canceled plans, resisting to change. Just regardless, you have unfinished business, and the soul is getting ready to step in within these unions, if you didn't notice, because our soul manifests our entire reality, not the ego. We try. We're like always trying to manifest what we want, but our soul is in charge of our lessons and giving us what we need to end up where we need to be. So even if we take like a wrong path, your soul is going to make sure you end up there and get the lesson. So we have the Three of Wands, and this is your masculine coming through. You're waiting for your manifestation. Some of you guys, this is union, right? Waiting for your ship to come in, right? Literally. Okay. And this is manifesting. And this is like travel, moving abroad, growth, expansion. And this is very connected to your union too, and waiting on that manifestation of union. Some of you, Divine Feminine, are being guided to work on manifesting union and to continue to clear projections and negative beliefs that are blocking it on your side, to help you through the process too. So some of you guys are kind of waiting. This could be waiting for your masculine, if they're gone, to come back or show up for you. If they're around, waiting to shift into full union and things like that. So we're just going to do a couple quick cards today. I do have activations and healings I'm doing for today's energies. I love working with these energies. Shooting stars are my favorite, even if you don't see any. Maybe you will. I have some people that do. Right? Okay, maybe you will, but even if you don't, that energy is in the air, and it is amazing. As they say, right? Make a wish on a shooting star. We always, 1111 comes to mind. 1111, make a wish on a shooting star, right? All right, so make a wish anyways. Amazing energies for your manifestations. We're also doing Dragon Day, right? Dragons are always powerfully connected to the masculine. All right. Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine Collective, Divine Feminine. If you're watching, direct messages from your Divine Masculine. I got some other cards mixed in here, of course, right? All right. I'm coming to you with an offer. Will you say yes when I offer you my hand? Will you take it? This is commitment. They know you want a commitment. They know you want a real relationship, right? And that you deserve that. They know that, right? Oh my God. Some of these masculines tried to keep you friends with benefits so they could stay and keep their single life and other options open. This isn't for everyone. Some of them literally might have broken up with you thinking single life would have been better. They pushed you to the side. They put everyone above you, putting you last. They didn't treat you right. They might have enacted separation cycles on you and really, really hurt you and them in the process. It depends on what has happened with this too. They know that you deserve a real union and relationship, and some of them have been dancing around it. Our love was too intense for me to handle. I needed a breakaway. I'm resisting my desire for you because it's too late now. We've grown apart and you've moved on. They might fear that you're moving on, and they might sense that energetically. Some of you guys are being guided to at this point. Like if you've just gone round and round with this person for so long and they haven't been showing up for you, they're treating you bad, they don't want to do love with you, they're going to sense that you're probably moving on. So we have this runner-chaser dynamic when you're really focused on your twin flames energy. You're not trying to, but it is that chase energy. When you move away and when you begin to be done, then they start to chase you. You know, right? So we have a flip of polarities that's going to happen for a lot of these twin flames. If your masculine hasn't really, they've been ignoring you. We got say silent treatment, no contact, pretending you don't exist, off doing their own thing. They're going to sense the shift in your energy and the healing that's occurring, and it's going to put them in that chaser energy. I'm feeling lost and I don't know what to do about it. They feel lost and depressed without you if apart. I want to contact our mutual friends to ask about you. There's so much unspoken between us. I need to tell you how I really feel. This person might be ignoring you, silent treatment. I said, you had that childish card earlier, right? And things like that. This is just passive aggressive to do their way. The distance between us is killing me. If there's been, you guys live apart, or even separation is the biggest distance that we do. But if there's been distance between you, like some of you guys live in other places, and this is reminiscent. Someone was talking about past lives with me this morning, right? Okay, some of this will mirror past life stuff. And making the choice to be with you in this life, because in past lifetimes, many of them didn't and had a horrible time. This is what someone was telling me, right? Okay, but if there's distance, this is orchestrated for a reason to heal something on a deeper level. So we could have separation. You could have an avoidant twin flame that's putting distance in between you on purpose, right? And they do that. And that's just all about them doing them. Or it could be living apart. Some of you guys live in different cities, states, countries, whatever it is, and there's that distance. If there's any type of distance, especially geological, this can be a big barrier. They're feeling it, and it's killing them to be apart. I hate seeing you with them. Okay, some of you guys, not everyone, some of you guys might have met your twin flame with karmics. Some of them may have not committed and left you to go date. Like, that's something I say. Like, if your twin flame ever wanted you, they would never leave you single. They'd never take that chance. Because as long as we're on earth, we continue to have our lessons and learn with other people. So if your twin flame is not with you and has left you single, it would make sense other people could vibrate into that space, right, and date you. If they really, really were ready to show up, they would never, ever risk that, right? But for whatever reasons, it can happen. I'm scared you will reject me. I want to reach out, but I don't know how. I want to kiss you. I don't know how to handle my emotions right now. They have very strong emotions for you. This person might be childish and acting immature about you. Okay, so they're still holding on to you. If you've given them things, this is my flowers and gifts cards, they have them all. Someone was saying that to me yesterday, Twin Flame, that, well, they have all these gifts I bought them, right? Like, they might have little reminders of you in their home, things that you gave them if you were together, whatever. You do have a soul contract to come into spiritual union with this person, but this is coming up big time. I think next week we're going to see a lot with spiritual contracts too. You have a soul contract to come into union. These are contracts that were made prior to coming into this life. So sometimes we can get kind of stuck in ego and lost. We have that lost card for the masculine. They have this soul contract to come into union, and they're awake to the connection. They're aware of the connection. So this is coming up for them during this time. Some of them might be spending time with other people or sneaking around. They might not want you to see where they are or what they're doing, because we have this secretive card. So they might be someone who acts secretive about their plans, what they're doing, their life. As I said earlier, not integrating you into their life, right? So some of you guys know that. Okay. This person's stubborn. They might be acting selfish right now with you, but you have unfinished business. Once again, there will be a reconciliation with this person. Things are not over. You will come into a relationship with this person, but they're needing to take a chance. This is like angel wing card energy and taking a leap of faith. It's my wheel of fortune, right? And they're having to trust in destiny and take that leap right now. Pay attention. You're Divine Masculine, you're getting a lot of music about your Divine Feminine. This is like music that reminds you of them. It could be the lyrics speaking to you. It could be angel numbers coming through the music, because you're getting a lot of signs and synchronicities and angel numbers specifically. Pay attention to the signs, synchronicities. You could be seeing like your twin flames initials, things that remind you of them, things that bring them to your mind, having memories of them come up. Pay attention, because there's some type of karmic energy happening with you guys. Something that needs to be balanced on the masculine side. Some of you guys might have legal family matters, karmics, it just depends, or something that needs to clear there. Divine Masculine knows that they messed up and made a wrong choice. They know they owe you an apology. They have a lot of regret for things on their side too, something you don't see sometimes. All right, they might be kind of stuck in the illusions. You help them to cut through those illusions. It could be things that you say to them about their life, ways you see things. You might have a unique Divine Feminine might be telling them things that kind of wake them up or get through to them. You still have unfinished business. You're not done, and you have a lot to talk about with this person. Even if it's, we'll call separation a break and it's kind of stagnant and kind of stuck and things like that. They're learning how to take care of themselves financially and emotionally. I love this because this is the kids card, and that's pretty much what I should say both people should want in life. Sorry. I think it's, I'm going to say this stuff out loud. I think it's like a service to not let your family line die out, but whatever. All right. Like it should be like a natural inclination as humans or mammals, right? I'm like, this is what we do. We build homes, families, kids. Okay. So we have this kind of card coming up. Some of you guys might have other responsibilities if you had children with the karmics and things like that, or things holding you back in this area. It just kind of depends, because we have that karmic energy of what's going on in that area. All right. They want to have a conversation with you. They want to call you. They want to hear your voice. They want to talk to you with this person. Expect that if you're not really getting a lot out of them, that they're going to reach out. This could be text message, phone message, whatever it is. They're struggling to let go of the past. They're struggling to find forgiveness, and they're stuck in ego. And so this is like, they've let pride get in the way of this connection, and they might realize that too. Like ego comes out, right? Okay, they're trying to get back in balance and find balance and peace. They're needing patience with this connection and to find some common ground. This is like a beautiful card though for coming into a relationship in harmony. And I always say it's the angels leading you together. So when we have the separation energy, it's, believe it or not, they say on the tarot, the angels are the ones pulling you apart. Oh my God. And, but this is my bringing you together, that the angels and higher forces are trying to bring you into union during this time. It's a very positive message about the angel and archangel energy around you. And we have confirmation of that with all the signs and synchronicities and things like that. We have my King of Wands. Masculine is getting their confidence back and ready to take action. They know they want you. They know the connection. And some of them are just having to put that effort in or get out of their, I call it the pity party energy, right, about themselves, playing the victim energy they've been in their whole life, that you require them to do that, the divine feminine, and to choose another. Okay, so we have my Eight of Wands card. Some of you guys are not getting any communication, but this is healing the throat chakra and communicating. They want to talk to you. If they've shut you out, they're feeling really lonely. They have no one to talk to. No one really gets them but their divine feminine. This might be travel. They might be traveling to see you. When I have this number, it's very reminiscent of 311, which is like, if there's distance, as we talked about, or separation, it's healing that distance or separation. It's traveling to see you. It's opening the throat chakra and communicating. And it's really an Archangel Metatron message with this one too, of travel, or if that's been an issue, it won't be anymore. And so expect this person to reach out. We have the Empress. I see you as a very abundant energy. A very beautiful energy. You're very in the feminine. You're sensual. Sometimes we like to admit, but I think that women want a masculine man, right? And same with the masculine. They want someone who's sensual, soft, and in their divine feminine energy. They see you as nurturing, someone who listens and tapped into their intuition and has spiritual gifts. So usually my Empress and Emperor are beautiful messages for Twin Flame too. And that you're someone that opens up their emotions and has helped to open them up emotionally. So we have the Ace of Wands, and usually this is my new beginning energy, but you might feel there's been some delays or setbacks. I feel these are part of the blueprint, and that whatever you're going through on the Twin Flame journey, this path is meant to make you a better version of yourself. And so they might be like holding themselves back and not a lot of movement. They want to do union, they want to be with you, but the ego's holding them back, because we had that ego card, right? They have their own blocks that they might be working through that are holding them back from this, and that they're having a hard time moving on from their past, and that they're healing. They're letting go of other things that have nothing to do with you, but they're letting go of a lot of grief and sadness right now. They might be going through a big purge, letting things go. This is releasing baggage. This is a very sad energy card. It can represent separation too, of where they're at without you. That they're no longer finding enjoyment, and that they're very in their own process, that they're looking within for answers, but they're missing you bad, and that they're feeling the loss of your energy, and that, you know, when you first came together in that love bubble, they become that higher version of themselves, and it was beautiful and amazing until the shadow work come up and things like that. And if they have I don't want to say left, but if they've left you, or there's a separation, or you left them, or you're not together on some level, they are feeling the loss of the divine feminine's energy that they cannot replace or cultivate. And if they're trying to, divine feminines become I call it the phantom X, where they're going out and they're, they're hanging out with other people, they have people hate on them. Let's get real. We all do. They might have other people approaching them or talking to them or trying to flirt with them, and they can't help in their head but compare everyone to the twin flame, because you'll never get over the twin flame. And while the avoidants tend to do that with their phantom X, it's even more for the twin flame, right? That they'll be comparing these people to you and realize that they can't feel, keyword feel, what they feel for their divine feminine with anyone else. And maybe some of you guys have ended up, you've been in union and you've been, you're still together, and, you have to navigate those spaces where you're not together doing life. Or you guys are in a separation and you're not together, and this person's single and they're acting single, and that they realize no one, and especially if they've gone to look thinking the grass was greener on the other side to keep their options open, or think that they could find better out there, they're realizing no one could make them feel what the divine feminine can make them feel. And this is the feeling that they're looking for. And some of them weren't sure, and they might have pulled back or not fully come into union, as we know with men, right? And they realize that no one can give them what the divine feminine can in terms of feeling and divine love, and that unconditional love too, and things like that. Now, a lot of their karmics in the past used them. They were with them for what they could get out of them, right? They made them buy a lot of stuff or drained them, because money is an expression of energy. And they know that in their previous connections, it was all about what the divine feminine, the karmic feminines could get from them or get out of them. And that they've been through a lot of toxic connections in the past, whereas the divine feminine doesn't want anything from them. It just wants to hang out, right? Just wants to spend time and be near each other. Because twin flames feel a natural pull just to be near each other, doing nothing, just hanging out, talking, whatever, right? Like things like that. And that this is a different type of connection, that this is real divine love, which is a little bit different than the conditional love of their past, of even their parents and family and relationships of the past. And this is why it might be unnerving too. And why divine masculine runs is because they fear that no one can love their true self, that you just don't see them or their flaws, and it's their own flaws that come up that make them run and things like that. But actually divine feminine sees all that and chooses to stay, right? And past it too, you guys see all that, right? So we have this energy coming up of divine masculine is feeling the loss of the divine feminine's energy, and how you make them feel just being around them. It's very solar, sun, moon energy, like alchemy, right? It's that alchemy between twin flames of the masculine and the feminine energy coming together. And if they're missing you, they're trying to replace that with other people around them, right? They'll be going to other people for support and things like that, but they're realizing that they might be suffering from the loss of your energy too, because once you've got a taste of that twin flame energy, I always say it's very addictive, right? Right? The feeling and the highs of it, it's very addicting energy. It's not necessarily each other's energy. It's the source energy that is very prevalent around twin flames, trying to guide you guys together. So we have the divine masculines, and this could be if they're apart from you or just working their way into union. Some of them are very in a sad energy right now, especially if they've been pushing away or resisting divine feminine or union. All right, I'm going on that note anyways. I'm going to be around. If you guys need healing sessions, book them on my site. Make sure you guys are doing more energy work. It'll help you a ton. I have so much of that on my website. If you guys need readings, classes, anything like that, coaching, just go ahead and book it on my website. Have a beautiful day.